Okay, y'all, we're working on the Dodge again. Trying to get this transmission out of here. Let me get you set up somewhere down here where you can see something. Hopefully you can see something now. We got the cross member out. I did have to cut one bolt, but we got it. You know, 90% of these jobs okay, so we got interrupted by a phone call. I've got these two bolts out on this side. I've got to go over there to that side and get them two bolts. I've got the motor supported up there by a jack. I got the transmission back here by a jack. Two more screws and this thing should slide out of there. I'm gonna have to let the motor down just ever so slightly, and I'll have to let the transmission down ever so slightly to get it to come back at an angle to get that shifter boot down out of the floorboard up there. And once I do that, we should be good to go. But I'll try to get you a video of it coming out. Something like that. Okay, y'all, welcome back to the channel. Trying to get the drive shaft out of this 97 Dodge. Now, understand that today is Monday. I done put in 8 hours of work, and I've put in 2 hours of driving to get to where I'm at right now. And now we're going to try to put in more time to get this. We're going to start getting this transmission out. So we'll see what we can do here. Now this is going to be like the 5th time or the 6th time I've had this transmission out. Since I've owned this truck, for some reason, we cannot keep clutching this thing. And I'm pretty sure it is because it's not lined up. And it's not going to be the lineup tool's fault. I believe the transmission itself is out of straightness. So don't think I'm talking about the actual lineup tool. That's not what I'm talking about. The actual transmission itself is going to be crooked. So it don't have, see, that ain't getting in there. It don't have nothing to do with the actual it don't have nothing to do with the shaft. I think the whole transmission itself is twisted. I tried to get a couple people to look at it. Everybody says, "Oh, it's a problem." I don't want to look at that. So now I'm in a situation where I've got to fix it myself. Like everything else in this world, you once you get to a place, you'll find that you can do anything anybody else can do. And a lot of times you can do it a hell of a lot better, because the people don't take pride in what the hell they do anymore. Nobody cares about nothing. So you've got to care about yourself, or your own stuff, let's say, or nobody will. So you've got to be able to do anything and everything, or you can't do nothing. So, drive shaft first. We got a carrier bearing up there we got to get out. That's a new carrier bearing. We'll lay this drive shaft on the ground. Then we're probably going to have to get the jack out. Jack transmission up. Get the transmission mount out of it. And that's probably going to be about all the time we got tonight. And if we've got that much time, if everything goes right, we should have that much time. But I've got to get back home at some point to get to bed, because I've got to be up and back at work at 5 o'clock in the morning. Well, at 4:45 in the morning is what time I get to work usually. So, no rest for the weary. Now I'm going to put this bolt back in here. With no telling. I would like to say I'd have this transmission done this week, but it's liable to be a month before I can get back to it. So I've got to keep everything together here the best it can be. You know, this truck's been broke for, hell, probably 2 or 3 months now. And I'm just now getting time to get back to it. Damn it. I gotta tighten this one up to get my socket got stuck. There we go. Now I got to loosen it again, but I got to make sure I keep my socket out the way. So y'all that's just tuning in, y'all haven't been here before. This is 97 Dodge Ram with the 5-speed Cummins in it. And it keeps ripping the clutches out for some reason. This is the first clutch that I've showed you on here. But I promise you it does it all the time. This is going to be a pain in the butt. God almighty. Okay, that should be out far enough to now. Wonder what Ronnie did with the black tape yesterday. You want to black tape the end of all that, because you drop them ends off that off the U-joint there. There's a bunch of little needle bearings in there. The needle bearings will fall out on the ground. And then you will be mad because you got to go buy a new one. You never get them things back in there. Now I say that, somebody's going to say, I can get them back in there. You can get them back in there. They're just a pain in the butt to get back in there. Okay. Now, I've got 2 bolts or 3 bolts. So I'm going to have to take out the 3 bolts because I can't get to the 2 bolts that don't look like. we got the rollover. We got to find what it is. I'm pretty sure that's what it is right there. Yep, that's what it is. Then we got to find two of them. And I probably want to use these. That way I don't have to sit there and hold my hand up above everything. Shit, that ain't gonna work. Might work on the bottom down here. You see the next problem, right? Trying to hold this thing up above my head. Wow. I'll take the damn screw out. I'm pretty sure I put these in with the impact wrench last time. Yeah, I have done this at my work. We got a big lift there. Running up on that lift takes about maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours. This is gonna be the first time I did it on my back. And come to think about it, I didn't do it last time. I had a shop do it. So I haven't done it. All this stuff the shop did. Put all this stuff back together. Seems to me like I had to replace this bearing here though. In the middle. This bearing was bad. It's called a carrier bearing. Okay. I got to find some place to put this bolt that I won't lose it. I'm gonna put it right there on the frame rail. You guys remind me when I go ape shit here in a week where the hell that bolt is. God almighty. Can't get no leverage on my damn back. Here we go. Okay, so you take these two fingers, or these two fingers, and you hold the top of the bolt. These two fingers hold the top of the bolt, and these two fingers turn the nut. And your other hand, you use to support the bracket so it don't fall and hit you on the head. And that drive shaft's gonna be heavy as hell if it comes out of there. And it's gonna come out eventually. There's the bolt. Now you gotta switch and do it with the other hand. Okay, this drive shaft's loose, it's fixing to come out. Now, get that bolt, nut and bolt and all that stuff. Put it back up there. There's the washer and nut for that side. Here's the nut for this side. Get this bolt, put it back in there. That didn't go there, that went over here. Okay, that one goes there. Okay. Now, all you got to do get turned around here. Get laid over and turned around. I don't know if I can hold it out there that far. And there you go, just like that. The drop shaft's out. Now, we got to get up there and get that transmission. Okay, hopefully y'all can see. I'm trying to get this transmission jack in here. Okay, there we go. The transmission jack's got it. You know, I'm really thinking, I don't know that I've ever had this transmission out. I'm thinking I took the one out of my other truck. I don't remember that exhaust mounting to the transmission, but hell, it don't matter. They're all the same. I've got a Chevrolet, what is that thing? It's a 90. I got two of them. I think it's a 94. Well, I don't know. One of them's 94, one of them's a 95. They're both Chevrolets. One of them's a 3500 HD, and the other one's just a regular 3500. So there's little differences, but pretty much same truck, other than the 15-inch frame and the other than the 15-inch frame, the four-wheel disc brakes, the 15-inch frame, four-wheel disc brakes. Well, obviously one's an HD, so it's heavy duty, and where the other one's not. Well, I'm trying to find a socket here. Need a 9/16, and I don't see one. Of course, the lighting sucks here, but I'm up underneath the truck, so I can't expect much. Laying on my back inside a building that don't have any power. I mean, what the hell you expect? You want somebody to give it to you on a silver platter, you better go somewhere else, because it ain't here. But we're fixing to make it happen any damn way. We don't care. Around hell, we make shit happen. We don't cry about spilt milk. We just make shit happen. You know, I probably ought to be taking them other bolts off. Just leaving that damn bracket on there. But hopefully y'all ain't looking at the back of my head. If you are, I'll just botch this whole damn video. one electrical connection. Maybe getting on my nerve. Made in can't tell. Now for this thing just being out here, for this thing just being pulled here 2 or 3 months ago, it might have been longer than that, because I ain't drove the damn thing in 2 or 3 months. But for this thing being pulled out 6 months ago, it sure is awful damn funny that there's an awful lot of damn dirt on these bolts. What's this thing? What if that's what they did? Pulled this damn cross member. Guess what? Cross member's loose. You know, if I was doing it, pull that down motor mount, jack that damn thing up. I don't know that I can. Under the circumstances, if I was in a damn shop, I'd pull this bracket. Grab hold of that transmission, just slide the whole damn thing back about 10 inches. Jerk the bell housing out, put the thing in, but I think I'm going to take this bracket off, get it out of my way, and then take the transmission loose and get it down here on the ground and get it out from underneath here and take it to a shop and have them check it. And see exactly what the hell's going on with it. That's gonna be God almighty. Y'all, the struggles are real. I think it's that one. God. That's it. Now I need a wrench. You see a 1/2 inch wrench? That little ass thing ain't gonna be able to hold on to him. Well, oh, right there, there's a snap on half. Nope, that's a 9/16. Okay, we'll have to use the little one and the snap on and put them together and make us a damn pull handle, I guess. Ain't gonna be no problem. And of course, guess what? Different size. Something might be threaded, but I doubt it. The struggles are real. Damn! Yeah, I had a pretty good pull on that one. That one too. I'm gonna strip it. I'm pulling so damn hard on it. Let's back the extension off so we're not pulling at an angle as much. Put that on now. Got to get kind of less of an angle here. I can get that on up. Backside of that's moving. That's gonna be a pain in the ass. The backside of it's moving and it's not a ½ inch. Okay, we're down to these bolts up here. Well, the holes back here to get to them bolts up there, and you would think somebody had been smart enough to weld the nuts in there, or use a bolt where the frame's threaded. So then you'd say, well, hell, they'd use the same size as this side to make it easy. You know it's a ½ inch or 9/16 or whatever this head is of this bolt or even this bolt. Made it different. So I think that one right there is cross-threaded. I'm not sure, but and then they put the exhaust, they hooked the exhaust pipe to the transmission cross member, or not to the cross member, to the transmission mount. So I got to take the transmission mount off to take the bracket off, so I don't have to take the tailpipe out. Isn't that always nice? So we've got a little bit of work to do. So you see how much mud and dirt and all is on this? Look up there at that bale housing. It's nice and clean. And there ain't no dirt on it. So it's almost like this wasn't taken out. And somehow they slid that transmission back. I guess you could jack it up over that, but looks like it wouldn't go up because the doghouse up there would hit. But I'm gonna slide it down and back, I guess. I'm gonna slide it back this way, but I ain't gonna do it today. It don't look like I need to get some more tools. Every one of these bolts over here on this side is a different size. So you need a 9/16 here, and you need a 9/16 deep on the back side. Then the next one you need a ½ inch and a 5/8 deep, and then the next one you need a ½ inch on one side and a 3/4 deep. Well, we ain't gonna be able to do that over here. So I need to get that ratchet. Well, try to pull this top one by hand. Yeah, what I was scared of. Every one of these things I've been pulling on in here has been so tight that you can't break them loose by hand. And I ain't figured out why that is in aluminum yet. The aluminum bale housing. They've got them tight. hate that the last bolt are holding everything. It's the one I got to do by hand. But I got it. Well, I'll say that and get it about halfway out and hang up. Okay, that's it. Okay, now I'm going to drop this jack just a little bit. That damn jack might not drop a little bit like that. Okay. I'll tighten that thing back up. Okay, hopefully it's tight. Okay, now I gotta go around on the other side and let the jack down. Let the transmission jack down. Then I'm gonna have to move that transmission jack. Try to move that transmission jack. Don't do like I'm doing. Don't stick your hand in there like I just did, like a big dummy. I'll see you. If you get back here, you'll see something different. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Okay, obviously this transmission's 300-400 pounds, and get up in here with the belly of the beast. Damn it. Ouch. I can't quite see what's going on up at the top. I think it's out right there. But I don't know if I want it out right there because the damn transmission jack ain't under it. All that well. And my damn arm under there. Come down just ever so slightly more. Hopefully y'all can see something. I'm pretty sure I'm out. I can't see the front of it up there. Ain't quite out yet. There we go. Now we're out. Okay, the transmission's out. Well, you can't really see nothing, but there's a transmission that's laid over here off to the side, and there's the bale housing. That's the next part I got to take off. Okay, I'm gonna leave you there for a little bit, and you get in my way, I'm gonna have to move you. One thing you can try, if you bolts are real extremely tight, shorten your extension. It'll give you a lot more power. But that damn thing's still tight. Y'all, it's so tight, it's taking just about everything I've got to break them loose. Even with this big old breaker on it. And have I mentioned it's 100 degrees? And of course there's no air moving in this building. And some would say, well, Donnie, why don't you turn on the fan? Because there's no power in this building. This building is a 10,000 square foot warehouse. We don't have any power in it. We're in the process of putting power in it. Fact of the matter is, I talked to an electrician today about it, but I ain't got it in there yet. So as soon as we get it, I'll make sure I have plenty of fans or air conditionings or something. And yes, I could fire up a generator. But the problem with that is, fire up a generator and it's loud as hell. You can't hear yourself think. And it's creating heat as you're trying to cool off. So, best thing to do is just power through it, and it'll make you stronger any damn way. But tell you what's next on the list. If I'm gonna keep doing this kind of shit, is buy me a lift where I can do this shit over my head instead of on the ground rolling around. That's weird. Damn. Looks like, I don't know if y'all can see that. Yeah, right here there's an inspection plate, and right here on top of the transmission there's another one. Looks like you can or not the transmission, the bale housing. Looks like you can inspect inside the bale housing. I ain't never seen that before. Beginning of this video I was talking about I've changed this thing out 3 or 4 times. This one I have not. This one I've changed out once. My Chevrolet I've changed out a bunch. Dodge I've changed out. This is going to be the 3rd time. the third clutch, second time. But I didn't change it last time. I had somebody change it, and they put in just a cheap AutoZone or Advance or somebody transmission of clutch, and I think I'm gonna put a little better one in there this time. But I don't know yet. Everybody's talking about putting them doubles in there, them double clutch, whatever it's called. I ain't into none of this high performance stuff. I'm into stock stuff. I used to be in high performance when I was younger, but it just costs too much. You tear up too much stuff. So I'm more into stock now, but they claim these trucks will tear the clutches out. Well, I don't know how in the world these trucks tear these clutches out. If any of them's got the power this thing's got, they ain't tearing no damn clutch out. This thing can't even damn, I mean, obviously I tore the clutch up, but it's not tearing them out. It is, I'm pretty sure we're going to find out when we get in here, it's going to be misalignment. Well, should be one right through there somewhere. Be another one up here somewhere. Let's see if I can get over there and look. Oh, that one's way on up here. I was off on it. It's right there. Arms are wearing out. Arms are wearing out. Up over your head like that's rough. And I'm reaching around this transmission, which ain't that easy. Used to be when I was younger, I'd grab transmissions like this and let them fall on my chest and just slide them off and jerk that clutch out of there and stick another one in there, grab a hold of the transmission, pop it back up on my chest and slide it right back up in there. But I've got a little smarter. In my old age, spent $100 on a jack and let it take the punishment. And instead of my chest, Well, you ain't supposed to drop that. Got one more. And my arms are wore slap out. Then we're gonna have the clutch, the pressure plate to take off. And of course I don't have the lineup shaft, so if I had the lineup shaft I could stick it in there and it'd kind of hold everything. But I ain't got it. It comes with the kit, clutch kit. So them pieces are still on there. That's what I was wondering. But right there is the screaming gun. Damn, I can't tell if you can see it. See that hole? See how it's got metal shavings in it? That's where they pulled this thing up to the side and ate that up. That's what's putting it off center. It's pushed off to the right just ever so slightly. Now, I'm pretty sure when we get in there, one of the springs are going to be fell off. But let's move this stuff out of the way and I'll get that off of there and we'll be back. She's gonna come flipping out of there right about now. Okay. Hopefully y'all saw that. I'm going to show you what I was talking about here in just a second. Okay. I had some comments see if you can see, yeah, that flywheel, when you let one slip a bunch, it'll make blue spots on the flywheel. That flywheel still got sanding marks on it. It ain't hurt at all. This clutch, on the other hand, is a different story. Okay, y'all. Here's the aftermath of this clutch. Whatever that is, there's the clutch disc. this goes somewhere. There's the springs that I told you blow out. There's that. I'm sure that goes in there. This goes, see where it's been sheared off there? It goes there, like so. Okay. So everybody thought I was playing about don't touch the clutch. I was being serious. Yeah, this goes there. So basically, them little things there was all that was driving that truck. That goes there. That spring goes there. Now, there's the spring. Spring goes there. That one goes there. That goes there, I'm sure. That goes in there, and that probably goes there. Then this piece goes over top of all of them. But that's what I was talking about. Don't touch the clutch. I've did this many a times to this truck and other trucks. This truck has been 3 times. This is the second clutch. I'm fixing to put the third clutch in there. So that's what happens to them. They blow apart like that. But you can look at this pressure plate. Brand new pressure plate. It ain't been blued. There ain't no scoring, no nothing on it. But you can see in here where all that fine shavings is. These springs, you can see where that spring's been eat up. That spring gets stuck in there like so. It gets stuck in there like so. Usually it's like that. I think these little ones is the ones that give you the most problems. They get in here. But anyway, that's what happens. They get in there and they get tore up, and it's a nightmare on the transmission. But this is a brand new pressure plate. That's a brand new pressure plate. There ain't nothing wrong with it. I will be replacing it. Clutch disc is ruined. The actual disc is fine, but the innards are ruined. And you know, that's what happens when you pull loads. Evidently, when you're pulling, this thing contracts. This thing slips. And when it slips, it shortens these springs up. And when it shortens them springs, the damn things blow apart. See, it's got a bunch of little springs in there too. I don't know what them's for. That's weird. 2 of them's got springs inside of them, and these 2 don't. I don't know if it's made like that or not, but that's what happens to them. So you blow them apart, and you know, you can tell that's been doing that for a little bit there. And like I said, I drove this thing after that clutch went all the way out where you couldn't touch the clutch. I drove it for another probably 400 or 500 miles the way it is, just to because I didn't have another ride. I was waiting on this Ford to get fixed, and I was waiting on the other one, that 454 to get fixed, and yada 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 yada. You got to do what you got to do. But in that same sentence, me or Ronnie, neither one has been late to work or has not showed up for work because of vehicle problems. So we get to work regardless of what the hell goes on the way to work or the way from work or after work. We still get to work. So that's a lot's to be said for that nowadays. A lot of people can't say the same. But anyway, that's what we got done. We got the clutch out. That's gonna be it for this video. We'll wrap it up here, and I will catch you on the next one. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and like the channel, subscribe if you hadn't already. We're always working on something, whether it be trucks, cars, buildings, track hose, remodeling stuff, fixing stuff, making stuff. We're always doing something. So subscribe to the channel if you hadn't already, and we'll catch you on the next one. thumbs up for filming it.